Starting this last design got me quite curious, so I was wondering how hard could it be to wire up at least a bit more logic to it. And made some progress, hit some interesting stumbling blocks, and further also kind of noticed why these systems just suck entirely. They're so inefficient. Like, there's a reason so few people work on stream mergers, which is what this is called. Because it merges a stream, a large set of boxes of the same item type. Anyway, the things I tried to implement, we have detection to lock the slice when about a chest of boxes enter the system. And that's defined by the signal strength here. And that activates this CUD. So the moment this chest passes that threshold, this locks until it gets reset. All the slices get reset globally at the end of the cycle. We've got the is loading readout. From there, the box loader detections here were changed. So when clearing out partial boxes, I no longer directly power the box breaking, but I disable the subtraction. You can see the torch goes up through the repeater, powers this. And what that does is that if any items are in this box, it powers this dust. And then we have our signal strength 15 subtraction, which would normally break the box if the box is full. But if we disable that, then it'll break the box if there's any items in the box. So that means that empty boxes won't get broken. Then we added an alternating detection here so that it can just read out when any of the boxes have items in them. And yep, so let's run through what I have, I guess. Here's 10 boxes of items from a new test set that someone posted from a nether quarry. So there's a lot of nether rack. So it's really testing the stream merging capabilities. Full box of nether rack, some basalt with it, a bunch of mixed items. Lots of basalt in nether rack. Yep. So anyways, we'll chuck that on and start it. So we're starting with a lot of netherrack. And the slices are all cleared out. There we go. Oh, that's a new one. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that. It's a future note though. I wonder what broke there. Okay, so this slice is already locked, and this is the first bug, is that if this kind of activates the locking as this is sorting a box, then I've seen up to 3 items get stuck here and only 1 partial box remain. So I have to shove some extra partial boxes in here, or empty boxes, to be able to clear out those filters later. So this part would probably need a complete rewire if I was actually going to finish this system. Got our nether quartz in the partial box there. And this one's also broken. Got nether rack. Oh, that one's working. Did it lock yet? No, still going. We got basalt here. Going good. Magma cream. Looks like blackstone. And unassigned as of yet. Oh, next slice should be coming in. This is another netherrack slice. So that means this slice with netherrack just locked up. So now we have 3 locked up slices. And that means we're processing netherrack at 4 times, 8 times, 12 times hopper speed, 16, right? So this is also netherrack. Yeah, 16 times hopper speed. So at least that optimization is working. We've got our unsorted. I put in 10 input boxes. Each of those can become 27 split boxes. So that's why I have this much buffer. In case the first boxes that came in and set these sorters were like the rarest types that only had 1 box each, then all those boxes would have to be buffered for the next cycle. That's one of the biggest issues with this design, I guess. The ideal splitter, entity splitter and the stream merger, is that in order to sort even just 10 boxes, gotta have 5 double chests of, this would effectively be a toggle buffer in a real design. Because when it switches, when this cycle finishes, you would want another buffer this big next to it, so that while it's unloading this buffer back into the start, it can fill all the boxes unsorted from that cycle into a different buffer. We're still sorting netherrack here, nice. Let's go check the active slices, I guess. First few slices look done. These one's sorting netherrack, one's sorting basalt. This one should be the netherrack slice. The stream merger looks like it's about finishing up. And yep, I'm still sorting. Yeah, we got some full boxes output. So this first slice didn't get to a full box. This one's still loading. This one didn't get to a full box either. This one, did this get locked? Yeah, that one got locked. Wait. It's here. Talking about this slice? Lol. Yeah, we're talking about this slice. So that input got locked. Yeah, so that one had way over a... Where's the box? So that had a full box and some extra. So this is kind of one of the issues with this locking method. I'm just reading the buffer chest, and this pulls out boxes I mean, into the cart, it unloads them at eight times hopper speed. So it pulls them out of this chest kind of quickly. So if boxes just kind of trickle in, then it will have already unloaded some, and so I can't just set this to a threshold about 27. I have to set it to a threshold. I think it's triggering around like 22 or something. Whatever signal strength 5 is in a double chest. I don't know if I have the resource pack in this. Options. I don't know that that works in this one. Oh, it does. Double chest, 15 stacks, 18. Wow, really? Only 15? Interesting. Well, that kind of makes sense here. So about 6 boxes went through before it triggered. Anyway, yeah, but then that screws up my redstone wiring. Let's try that. Okay, are we done yet? I think we are done, actually. Entity splitter has finished. Three. This one's broken. Let's go back to the start. That's fine. That's good. That's good. That's good. Why does it always do 3? Okay, so now that is done. So hitting this note block will trigger this rail line, which will update all the CUDs. Then after a little bit of delay, we'll trigger all the dispensers to place the box. And so that will reset all the filters. Was that enough? Yeah. Just got to do it a few times to clear out those extra boxes. Either way, pretty soon this will finish. Guess it might already be done. Cool. I mean, this line is off, so they're not loading. So now we can clear out the partial boxes. And start the new cycle. I'm just going to move these by hand because I can. And because most of these will be sorted in this next cycle, so I don't really need to worry about it. Oh, maybe a few extra. Well, what got filtered? Bone. What's that one then? Soul sand, bone, shroomlight, basalt, nether bricks, warped stem, warped, wart, netherrack. got a bunch of basalt and netherrack sorting. But either way, that is all of that cycle. So when that finishes, this will be done. We have our slices are busy signal turned on. Looks like just some netherrack unloading. It's almost done. So we can trigger the sorters to reset. Since none of them locked, none of them got kind of broken with 2 or 3 items, so just one trigger will deal with all that. Yep. It's a bit left to sort in the 3rd cycle though. Okay. Almost done. Turned off. Breakbox. So I could almost directly attach a falling edge from that to that signal. Cool. Let's get the last round going. And it's interesting to see how much faster this is compared to the initial run of this set where I did not do this optimization. Because like I showed earlier, we had up to like a 12 times hopper speed running on the netherrack, that most common item type. And it even had the first slice as netherrack in that 2nd cycle. So we kind of got up to 16 times speed on the netherrack sorting. So that's a lot faster than 4 times just sequentially. Either way, it says it's already done sorting. So I totally could trust it, but I'm going to check because I'd be curious. Need to reset the filters, right? Yep, let's go do that. There we go. Now we break the box. And let's take a look here. Yoink. Basalt. Partial basalt. Full netherrack. Almost full, almost full. Almost full. Partial netherrack, partial netherrack. And the rest of these are just partials. Yep. So that is that output. Drop that in there. The interesting thing, if you sort these through another round of SVAR, where if there's only one item type, you just eject it instead of trying to merge it. Either way, if you just look for duplicate boxes, you could have a system. No, don't duplicate it. Resort all of these boxes. Or it would find them, and now we can sort them again and see what results. This will take a bit longer to process because they're much fuller boxes. But while that's going, I was looking at different thresholds for this chest. Right now it's at signal strength 4 with subtraction mode. This line will trigger to lock the filter. Oh, I can reset that. This line triggers to lock that filter at signal strength 5 currently. Here I was testing signal strength 6 and signal strength 7. At signal strength 7 we had a lot of low partials. But this had 4 fully merged boxes. Signal strength 6. It actually had 5 fully merged boxes, and then 5 more boxes that were very small quantity partials. And here we had 2 fully merged, 2 very full, 3 very full, and 2 about a third full. So I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Ideally, you'd just like count the boxes as they pass through, I think. I don't think that'd be terribly hard to implement. But I was curious what the simpler design would do. We're still sorting. Yep. This is if I was making a pair merger, I would definitely go straight to 8 times speed. I wouldn't start with making a 4 times speed version. I don't think I'm ever going to finish this design, so I went with an easier 4 times is a lot easier than 8 times. Was that all? Oh, it still has a few more boxes to process. Well, anything else? I don't know. It's just, this doesn't really seem... It might be optimal for some cases. Definitely decently fast in some ways, but the way that if you have a few item types that have a lot more boxes than the rest of the slices, like it was basically just netherrack and basalt being sorted while all the other slices were done. This is set up with global is busy detection and slice reset, but if you did it local, so each slice could reset on its own, theoretically that could be a lot faster because you could set new item types a lot faster and actually use a lot more of your loading array slices a lot more often. Like here in the system, this is just processing one item type, but I can't use any of these other slices because I've reset the filter for this type. And so the first type would come in and assign to here and get mixed into with this. So I guess an easy way of improving the system would probably be to lock these hoppers. Then sort boxes through until either run out of input boxes or one of these slices get over the desired threshold. Then pause the boxes coming in, reset that slice locally, and lock the hopper. So that way it won't have the 3-stack issue. Then unlock this slice to process the items, or maybe even just let all the slices start processing. I don't know. No, because that'd still be terrible, because if you're just letting the items sit there while it's sorting through all the input boxes, if it's sorting through a few double chests of input boxes, like, that's a lot of time. And the items that only have a few boxes of that type could probably be finished processing before it even finishes sorting through all the boxes. I need to just tick skip this. I don't know. I think I'll probably just go back to working with entities. Those are more fun. So it merged one full box, I think it was 2 or 3 more full boxes in another rack. And now there's one partial and one less box overall. I do think, though, it'd be interesting to see if it's possible to decouple the sorting phase from the loading phase.